some questions I have for the New York Giants heading into this season. Before you do get into that, go ahead and leave a like. Comment down below your questions you have for the New York Giants heading into this season. Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button. Covering everything Giants on the channel. So if you want to be a part of that, join the channel and stick around. But the first question I have is, it starts in division. What will the New York Giants look like when they are going up against the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Washington Commanders this year? Last year, the Giants went 1-4-1 in division and was still able to make it to the playoffs. Not a lot of times that is going to happen. And this year, it's a much tougher schedule. So the Giants are going to have to get some of those in-division wins this season. Last year, we know how it is. The Eagles and the Cowboys walked the floor. They mopped the floor with the New York Giants last year. If you want to have more success, if you want to really get, shown out there as an actual contender that can be a team that can beat any team on any given Sunday, any given time, you're going to have to start winning those in-division games. Not a lot of times you're going to go 1-4-1 and still make it to the playoffs. Get to the next round of the playoffs. Not going to happen a lot of times. So this year, the Giants, take a game from Cowboys. Take a game from the Cowboys. You get them week 1 out the gate in your own stadium in MetLife. You're going to have to beat those guys week 1. Take a game from the Cowboys. Take a game from the Philadelphia Eagles. That is how you help yourselves when you're going up against these teams that in a tough division. The NFC is one of the hardest divisions in the league. So, if you are able to show that you can beat those teams, those are 2 playoff contending teams, basically. The Eagles been a Super Bowl contender. The Cowboys basically been a Super Bowl contender. You got to beat those teams in the regular season because you just might face them like last year. You might face them in the playoffs. So, that's my big question heading into this season for the New York Giants. What will the in-division success look like for them in 2023? The next question is, it's about Daniel Jones. This is one we don't got to talk about much because we talk about it almost in every video. Daniel Jones is always going to get brought up in every Giants video. It's going to happen. But the question is, what does Daniel Jones look like? Does he take that next step in 2023 this season? That's a question that is going to get asked this year. He has, I think, everything. He has the scheme. He's, the second year in the scheme. He has the coaches. He has Mike Kafka and Brian Dable looking over the offense. That was a disadvantage to him his whole career. He has that now. We're looking at the weapons. He has that in Darren Waller. You got Jalen Hyatt, who you took in the 3rd round. Darius Slayton, Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell, Sterling Shepard, and Wando Robinson coming off of injuries. Hell, Colin Johnson been looking good at OTAs. That's the question we're going to get answered this year. Finally, he took a good step in 2022, best season of his career. But we need more than that. Just got a new extension. We need to see an even better Daniel Jones from 2022 in 2023. That is another question that I think is going to be probably the biggest question of the year. It's really going to dictate what the Giants look like in 2023. Does Daniel Jones take that next leap in 2023? But the next question is the offensive line. The offensive line for the Giants over the past decade, however long you want to talk about it, has been the detriment, has been the thing that has dragged the offense down. And this year, that's going to be a huge question, including Evan Neal. What does the offensive line look like for the New York Giants? Does it go out there? Does it keep DJ clean? Does it create more holes for Saquon Barkley? Or do we look at 2022 all over again? Evan Neal getting beat over the edge. Mark Lewis getting beat. The only guy out there blocking is Andrew Thomas. That's a question that is going to get really answered out the gate. Now look at, we look at the offensive line, Evan Neal. Probably the X factor, like I said, of the offense this season, the X factor of the Giants this season. If he can be great, the Giants might have one of the best tackle duos in the league. That's really going to change the offense right there if Evan Neal can take that next step in his second year of his career. John Michael Schmitz. Y'all know how high I am on John Michael Schmitz. When I seen him falling near 57, I was like, he's the pick. I know we need a wide receiver. I know everybody wanted a wide receiver. All the wide receivers on the board. I understand that. But if John Michael Schmitz made it to 57, he was supposed to be the pick. I'm not really worried about John Michael Schmitz. He's a rookie, but of course, he's going to have his ups and downs. But I am just so confident in him as our starting center. But in total, what will the offensive line look like for the New York Giants is one of the biggest questions heading into this season. Hopefully, everything looks well. If they can be at least average, the Giants offense is going to have a chance to be great. But with the offense line looking bad, Evan Neal getting beat every play, it's going to be tough to have success offensively when you don't have that offensive line in place blocking for Daniel Jones. But the next question is going to go to the defense. And I'm talking about the secondary, to be exact. We got a lot of young guys in that secondary. You just took Deonte Banks in the first round. He's a rookie this year. He's going to be probably filling in that, boundary cornerback spot next to Adoree Jackson. Based off of what we've been hearing from OTAs, Cordell Flott looks like he's going to be the starting slot cornerback for the New York Giants, along with Adoree Jackson and Deonte Banks. What will the young guys look like for the secondary for the New York Giants? Last year, had a lot of rookies out there. Definitely when Adoree Jackson went down, we had rookies and guys you really didn't want to be out there. They were rookies last year. They're in their second year this year. What would they look like coming out of their rookie year? Cordell Flott looked great in that last game versus Philly. Does he build off of that into 2023? You're looking at the guys playing next to Xavier McKinney. You got Dane Belton. He's a rookie. He was a rookie last year. What does he look like in his second year? We got some young guys in that secondary, which makes it so fascinating. If those guys can go out there and build off that second season, build off that rookie season, the Giants is really going to have a chance to be a great defense because you can, secure the pass with the guys, running or rushing after the quarterback like Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeaux. So that's another big question. We still got some young guys in that secondary. What do they look like in their sophomore season? The next question is, again, certain jumps from certain players. Just what will the guys that we were hoping could take that next step look like? Not just Daniel Jones. Yeah, Daniel Jones is the big one because he's the quarterback. But we need other guys to take those leaps this year. Like Dexter Lawrence took last year. Like Daniel Jones took last year. Who's going to be the guys that take that next step this season? Kayvon Thibodeaux's a guy that we took with the 5th overall draft pick last year. We need Kayvon Thibodeaux to play like Washington Commanders, Sunday Night Football Kayvon. We've seen what you can do. We saw it on primetime. We started on primetime week 1. What you going to look like? Show me something, Kayvon. Neal Delary. I've been talking about him all off season out, and I will continue to do so. What do you look like if you're able to stay on the field? If you can stay on the field, that's a guy who's going to take that next step also. Evan Neal, we already talked about it. He's, in my opinion, the X factor of the Giants offense. Because if he can be, if he could play up to a guy that was taken with the 7th overall draft pick, you're comparing him up with Andrew Thomas. Those are bookend tackles. That's what we were talking about on draft time when we took Evan Neal. Bookend tackles with Andrew Thomas controlling the left tackle spot and Evan Neal controlling the right tackle spot. So there's a lot of guys on this roster who, yeah, they're good, but we need you to take that step this year. We need you to build off of something. Isaiah Hodgins, you're going to be able to play majority of the games with us. You're not going to just be coming off of the street on the practice squad later on in the season and then getting some reps in. No, you're going to start out week 1 on the roster. We need you to look like you're starting out week 1 on the roster. So that's just my thoughts. Just some questions I have for the New York Giants heading into this season. Like I said early on, leave some of your questions down below and let's talk about it. But if you enjoyed, leave a like. Like I said, comment down below your thoughts. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and join the channel, man. We drop Giants videos almost every day. I'm trying to. Not really much to talk about, but we're going to try our best to still drop some Giants content for you guys. So if you want to be part of that, hit the subscribe button and join the channel. But until next time, it's been your boy Jay Dimes. I appreciate you for watching, and we are out. Go Giants.